In LXX Campeonato Abierto Mexicano Queretaro 2025 International Ronda 5, Gutierrez Delgado steers the game into a well-known Ruy Lopez closed ante-martial, testing Gongora Montes preparation. On e4. On e5. Knight f3. Threatening knight takes e5. Knight c6. Bishop b5. On a6. Threatening pawn takes b5. Bishop a4 played by Gutierrez Delgado. Knight f6. King castled kingside. Gutierrez Delgado is aiming to play. Bishop takes c6. Pawn takes c6. Knight takes e5 and dominate the board. On b5 played by Gongora Montes. Threatening pawn takes a4. Bishop b3 played by Gutierrez Delgado. Bishop e7. Rook e1. King castled kingside entered in Ruy Lopez closed ante-martial. On a4. Threatening pawn takes b5. Bishop b7 played by Gongora Montes. On d3. On d6. Knight bd2. Queen d7. On c3. Knight a5. Bishop c2. On c5. On d4. Gutierrez Delgado might go for. Pawn takes e5. Pawn takes e5. Knight takes e5 and establish a winning position. Pawn takes d4 played by Gongora Montes. Pawn takes d4. Knight c6. Knight b3 it is novelty move. Rook fc8. Bishop d2. Queen c7. Bishop d3. Pawn takes a4. Rook takes a4. Pawn takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. Knight d7. Bishop a5. Threatening bishop takes c7. Queen c5 played by Gongora Montes. Knight f5. Threatening knight takes e7 check. Bishop f8 played by Gongora Montes. Bishop c3. Gutierrez Delgado is planning to play. Rook c4. Pawn g6. Rook takes c5 and establish a winning position. Knight e5 played by Gongora Montes. Bishop d4. Threatening bishop takes c5. Queen c7 played by Gongora Montes. Bishop b1. Pawn g6. Threatening pawn takes f5. Knight e3 played by Gutierrez Delgado. Queen d8. Pawn f4. Threatening pawn takes e5. Knight d7 played by Gongora Montes. Rook a3 do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Gongora Montes? Rook a b8 is the correct move because Rook f1. Bishop g7. Bishop takes g7. King takes g7. Queen d4 check. King g8 position is equal. Let's analyze the main line. Rook a3. Queen h4 time to think. Find the best continuation for Gutierrez Delgado. Knight f5 is a strong choice, since Queen takes f4. Rook f1. Queen g5. Rook g3. Queen d8. Queen b3. Gutierrez Delgado have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main game. Queen h4. Slightly worse move played by Gongora Montes. Knight g4. Slightly worse move played by Gutierrez Delgado. On h5. Gongora Montes' idea is to play. On takes g4. Bishop a2. Bishop g7. Bishop f2. Queen e7. Rook a e3. On a5. Queen takes g4. King f8 and dominate the board. Rook h3 played by Gutierrez Delgado. Threatening rook takes h4. Queen e7 played by Gongora Montes. Knight e3. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Gongora Montes. Bishop g7 is a strong choice, since bishop takes g7. King takes g7. Rook g3. King f8. On f5. Knight e5. Still Gongora Montes is losing. Let's explore the main game. Knight e3. Knight f6. Stop here and find the strongest move for Gutierrez Delgado. On f5 is best move here, because bishop h6. On takes g6. On takes g6. Rook g3. King h7. Knight d5. Gutierrez Delgado have small advantage. Let's go to the main line. Knight f6. Slightly worse move played by Gongora Montes. Knight d5 is a mistake played by Gutierrez Delgado. Gutierrez Delgado is aiming to play. Knight takes f6 check. Queen takes f6. Bishop takes f6 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop takes d5 played by Gongora Montes. On takes d5. Queen d8. On f5. Gutierrez Delgado intends to play. On takes g6. On takes g6. Bishop takes g6 and gain a significant edge. On g5 played by Gongora Montes. Rook g3. Threatening rook takes g5 check. Bishop h6 played by Gongora Montes. Queen d to stop here and find the strongest move for Gongora Montes. Rook c4 is the right idea because on h4. Rook takes d4. Queen takes d4. On g4. Rook b3. Queen a5 position is equal. Let's go to the main game. Queen d2. King h7 is a mistake played by Gongora Montes. Rook takes g5. Take a moment to spot the best move for Gongora Montes. Queen h8 is logical continuation as Rook e6. Bishop takes g5. Queen takes g5. Queen g7. Queen takes g7 check. King takes g7. Still Gongora Montes is losing. Shifting to the main variation. Rook takes g5. Knight e4 is a blunder played by Gongora Montes. Threatening knight takes d2. On f6 Gongora Montes had no choice but to throw in the towel.